So find your space. Shake it out. Shifting your weight side to side, turning your waist. And when you turn your body, not only turning at the waist, you can turn so that you pivot on the ball of one of the feet, okay? Or you can pivot on the heel. They're subtly different. Big circles out front. Then lift and drop shoulders, twisting motions with your hands, panting breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, shifting your weight, turning your body. Swing arms. Inhale up, exhale down. Side to side. Turning, gently twisting. One foot forward, rocking forward and back. Switch feet. Feet in parallel, about hip or shoulder width apart. Sink into your heels. Rock forward on the inside of the feet to the toes, plucking up. When you reach the height of your shoulders, relax the hands, draw them in, weight on the outside edge of the foot to the heel, spread your fingers wide, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back, inhaling down. Exhale up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you inhale and drop your hands. Roll your shoulders forward, hollowing the chest as you exhale, plucking up. And then, of course, tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth. If you need to hold on to something to stabilize yourself, feel free to do so. Swing leg. Exhale forward, inhale back. Tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth for stability and balance. Other side. And switch, touching now in front and in back with the opposite hand. The side. And switch, both hands in front, both hands in back, as best as possible. And the other side. And then looking up, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back, inhaling. Exhale, lowering your head in front, rolling your shoulders forward, hollowing the chest. Exhaling. Inhale up. Exhale down. Spread your toes. Soften the backs of the knees. Tuck your tailbone. And then side to side. Exhale to front as you let your shoulders roll forward slightly. Inhale to the side, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back, tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone. And then horseshoe shape from side to side. Exhaling as you droop your head down in front, inhaling as you swing up to the side, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back. And full circle all the way around, inhaling back, exhaling forward. And the other direction. And then shoulders, swimming a backstroke. And the other direction. And then both shoulders up the front and down the back like rowing a boat. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down and forward. And the other direction, up the back and down the front. Then fists together, pull twice, palms up, high, low, low, high. Pull twice, palms up, high, low, low, high. Then fists together again, turning twice, ha, 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 ha. Holding hands, offering resistance, ha, 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 ha. And then white crane spreads wings, forward foot, low hand on the same side of the body. The low hand is palm down, fingers pointing forward, fingertips lifted. Back foot hand is high, palm out, fingertips lifted. Inhale as you draw the front foot in, raising that hand. Exhale as you step forward, lowering the hand on that side. Inhale to center, exhale as you spread your wings. The forward foot and low hand are on the same side of the body. This is a highly integrative exercise, so it integrates your physical being and your energy body quite dramatically. There is a turn to the hips. You turn your hips towards your back foot, then turn your hips towards the new back foot, and then square your hips to the front. So there are really 3 turns to the hips. 1, 2, 3. Then twist your body towards the front foot low hand side, and the low hand is pointing to the tailbone, palm down. High hand is pointing behind, palm up. So your arms depict at the extreme stretch the yin-yang symbol through the hand movements. Then tip your head to one side, open and close the fist on the other side, and nod. And the other side. And then pull one hand over, tip your head the same way, and nod again. And the other side, pull the hand over, tip your head, and nod. Then raise one hand, palm up, point the fingers down, push the heel of your palm away, rotate the hand so the thumb points back, tip your head away from the hand and nod. This dredges the large intestine meridian. And the other side, palm up, fingers down, thumb back, palm away, head away, and nod. Then focus on your rib cage. Gentle circles with your torso. Exhale as you go back with your chest and your shoulders roll forward. Inhale as your chest goes forward and you squeeze your shoulder blades together and back. Exhale back, inhale forward. And the other direction. And then close hand fist, the other hand covers. Gently massage your center with your hands as you make a slow hula-like movement with your hips, circling with your waist. Your head and upper chest remain relatively still. Obviously, there will be some movement, but very minor. Other direction. When you press in on your dantian, it helps you with stabilization and balance, just like the tip of the tongue does when you touch the roof of the mouth with the tip of your tongue. It helps amplify the flow of energy along the microcosmic orbit, which is basically the conception vessel and the governing vessel that run in the center circle around the body. Sorry about that. Rolling hips, coming up the back and down the front. Rolling ball between your hands. Turn the ball over on the side, carry it across the front. And the other direction, coming up the front and down the back, rolling the ball. You'll notice that the hips and shoulders are harmonic in their movement, like the elbows and knees, the hands and the feet. Right now, the arm movements, the hand movements will be following the movement of your shoulder, which is following the movement of your hip. You turn the ball over on the side, carry it across the front. Then feet together, little circles with your knees. Other direction. Open out, inside forward, outside back. And the other direction, outside forward, inside back. Then circle one foot, dangle the opposite hand, press down on the knuckles with the heel of the other palm, pluck up on the hand, bending the wrist to its maximum, shoulders and elbows down, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, soften the back of the knee of the leg you're standing on, and spread your toes gently so that you can grip the earth. Then turn your fingers in, thumb pointing in alignment with the bone of the hand by the pinky. Push, fingers pull on the base of the thumb. It's called the mound of Venus. Twisting the hand inward, bending the wrist, twisting the hand. As you drop the hand down, the outer thumb slides along the bone in alignment with it up to the corresponding finger, middle knuckle, folding each finger in towards the palm. And once you've achieved all four finger stretches, dangle the hand, come underneath, thumb pushes thumb, fingers wrap around wrist and squeeze. Then palm out, pull back. Palm out, fingers down, pull back. And then circle the other foot. Dangle the opposite hand. Press down on the knuckles, pluck up on the hand itself. Turn the fingers in, thumb pushing, fingers pulling. And as you gently twist the hand, You drop it down to the height of the waist, and the thumb slides along the bone of the hand in alignment with it up to the middle knuckle of each finger, folding them in towards the palm. Then dangle the hand, come underneath, thumb pushes thumb towards wrist, fingers wrap around wrist and squeeze towards thumb. Then palm out, pull back. Palm out, fingers down, pull back. Then patting out, starting at the crown, lightly tapping. Back of the head. Forehead. Ears. Two fingers, third eye, center of the forehead. Lengthen up to the crown. Let your shoulders and elbows drop. Soften the backs of the knees. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inside the eyebrows. Spread your toes. That helps you relax your feet before you gently grip the earth. Outside the eyebrows. Under the eyes. Base of the nostrils. Upper lip. Lower lip. Jaw. Throat. Brief points. Under the clavicle, under the collarbone, under the arm, other side, shoulder, other side, edge of hand between the thumb and the index finger. Other side. Outside the edge of the arm. Inside of the arm. Outside the other arm. Inside. Thumping the thymus. Let your Tarzan or Jane yell out. Oh, oh. Kidneys, adrenals, high-pitched E sound. Belt channel under the ribs. Center. Hips in the inguinal crease, so not right on the hip points, but in the inguinal crease. Closing the fist just before the strike. Bottoms. Backs of the legs down, up the front, down the back, and bottoms of the feet. Smooth it out around the back of the head, down the center line, doing a meridian massage. Underneath, just drawing the energy with your mind and your hand along the meridians. Over the top, around, down, press in. Underneath, around, down, press in. Inside and outside of both arms. Over the crown, down the back of the neck, under the arms, down the back, backs of the legs, around the feet, up the front and inside. And again, down the back, up the front. One more time. And then just below solar plexus, pushing in, bending over, walking the fingers down the abdomen. Come up on the right side, down on the left side. And rubbing the belly in the same way. And then palm up, index finger out. These are called Indonesian hand dances, and they are specifically for the brain. Palm down, index finger in. So you have one up and three down each time. The index is out for the palm up. The index is in for the palm down. Same thing on the other hand. One up, three down. One up, three down. When you get both hands going, you have one up and three down simultaneously. Let go of the finger position, move the hands, index pointing away, index pointing in on the three down hand. One up, three down. Make sure you have that configuration before you let go of the finger positions or before you turn your hands. Then, if you can, take your one up and put it inside the circle of your three down hand. So it's like the circle of the palm down position is the target for the arrow of your index finger to go inside. And the palm down on the three is important because if the palm up, then it's actually harder to get into to do that. So it's just the easier target to hit. Then right hand, index, middle, ring, pinky. That's the sequence. Index, middle, ring, pinky, whether it's palm up or palm down. Left hand sequence is pinky, ring, middle, index. So it's the opposite. Pinky, ring, middle, index. Palms facing opposing directions. Finger movements opposing and complementary. Turn your hands over after the sequence is fulfilled. Index and pinky, middle and ring, ring and middle, pinky and index. So the right hand always starts with the index finger, left hand always starts with the pinky, and you run through the cycle of four fingers before you turn your hands. Then interlace the two circles if you can. One hand is palm down on top, the other hand is palm up underneath. And they're close enough for those two circles to link. Then palms facing in. For this one, don't turn your hands. Make fists, thumb out on one side, pinky out on the other, and then switch. Pinky and thumb and pinky. Go only as fast as you can get the configuration of thumb and pinky, pinky and thumb. No other fingers are out from the fist. Farthest finger to one side, farthest finger to the other side, with your palms turned in. Then index finger points away, thumb points in. Index away, thumb in. Same thing with the other hand. Thumb in, index away. When you get both hands going, they move in opposition, the thumb coming in, the index going away. Only one finger out from either fist. Then circles, the hands will always be approximately the same height from the ground as each other. They meet at the North Pole. They're far apart, near and far to your body at the equator, and they meet at the South Pole. Then, if you can, turn your hands at the top and at the bottom so that your palms can address one another around the sphere. And if you can, add in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1 finger movements of the Indonesian hand dance. Good. Then heel-toe opposition. Turn on your central axis. Avoid shifting from side to side. So the weight will only move forward and back on each foot, but not onto one foot or the other. So the weight stays centered. It just moves to the toes of one foot and the heel of the other foot, while you lift the heel on the side where the knee goes forward and you lift the toes on the side where the knee goes back. Then, if you can, add the circles back in. If you can, add the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1 finger movements back in. If you can, turn your head side to side with your eyes moving in the opposite direction from where you turn your face. And if you can, sink and rise. All right, good. So basically, those exercises, when you combine them, it amplifies the body's need for greater synaptic connection in order to accomplish those goals of all of them put together. Each one of them is a breaking of physical behavior, the habit of that physical behavior, so that you can create new neurological pathways to the brain. And so you're increasing your brain's capacity for dealing with stressful circumstances. So that's the outcome of that, is when you can get to the place where you have integrated all of those exercises, and then you start putting them together, you build more ways for your body and your brain to communicate, more pathways for that communication. And when that happens, it's not like you suddenly have less stress, but this is what happens with all of our Tai Chi, is that it increases your capacity for dealing with stressors in such a way that it feels like you have less stress. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask at any time. Just unmute yourself and then you can ask a question, but otherwise we'll go ahead and get right underway. So we've been working the last couple of weeks with an exercise called the 5 elements, so we're going to start right up with that. So to begin with, I'm going to face away, heels touch. The very preparation for this movement is the preparation that we have for many of our Tai Chi forms. The toes are pointing out to the 2 corners, so it's about 45 degrees to the right, 45 degrees to the left. And then soften the backs of the knees, spread your toes, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, lightly squeeze your shoulder blades together and back, sinking your shoulders. Float your wrists and form a ball of energy in the palm of each hand. Tuck your chin, tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth. This is called Wu Chi. Nothing is happening. Then Tai Chi begins as soon as we make a change. So you gaze to the left upper corner behind you, which means your right knee goes slightly forward and the left knee comes back a bit. Then back to center. Then gazing right, your left knee goes forward slightly and your right knee goes back. Then sink into your right leg. Float your left foot to the side, center, feet in parallel. Then sink down. And I'm going to turn around so that you can see what's happening here, because this is very easy to see from the front. You gather, hollowing the chest, bringing your wrists towards each other at about the height of the shoulder. When they reach the width of the shoulders, point your fingertips to each other. And you'll notice you're kind of holding a ball with the backs of your arms and the backs of your hands. Then rotate your hands outward and pluck as you sit into your legs. Pluck down and into your hips, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back, inhaling. Then gather, your weight goes forward, you bring your wrists towards each other, point the fingertips to each other, rotate, draw into your hips, inhaling. Exhale as you gather. We'll just continue to play with this for a moment so that you can have a chance to really organize your movement. I'm going to turn to the side a little bit so you can see it. Gather, the weight is inclined forward. Rotate your hands, the weight goes back into the heels. Inside of the foot forward to the toes, outside of the foot back into the heels. Gather, articulate your hands, rotating and pull into center. Gather, you spring out of your legs, rotate the hands, sink into your legs. Gather, draw into center. Now, when we've done that 3 times, the next movement, your left hand crosses over the right. You step back left. You spread your arms out to the sides, which is called Tai Chi. Okay? So that movement comes out of the third gather. Your left hand crosses over the top. You step back left, and then withdraw the right foot into a cat stance as you push out to the sides. Fingertips lifted. And again, gather, stepping back left, Tai Chi. And again, gather, stepping back, Tai Chi. When you do that, you squeeze your shoulder blades together and back as you push out. Your arms aren't locked, but they're pushing out to the extreme. And gather, stepping back left, Tai Chi. Good. Now we do this on the other side as well, so we're going to step back with our right foot as well to practice. Sink down, gather, right hand over left, step back right, withdraw the left foot into a cat stance as you spread your arms out to the sides. And again, sink down, gather, rising up, step back right, Tai Chi. And again, gather, right hand over the left, step back right, draw the left foot in, Tai Chi. And again, gather, right hand over left, step back, Tai Chi. Good. Now, the next move, so that's Tai Chi. So that looks like this from the front. The hip pulls you back, and then you spread wide open, okay? Now, the next movement is called Wings of Eagles. And Wings of Eagles, much like you would imagine, has your arms being the wings. So what happens is there's a shifting forward and back, okay? And in essence, where the weight goes, when you shift forward, the hand on that side goes down. When it goes down, the hand that's going down is a lotus palm, so the fingers are spread. When it comes down, okay, it drops down in front, and then you turn palm up. On the upward motion, when the weight is shifting off of that foot, you turn your body towards that rising hand, and you're in the pluck position, which is all 4 fingers touching the thumb, or 2 fingers touching the thumb and the other fingers inside. So think in terms of this is pluck, this is pluck, this is pluck, okay? So it's like the beak of a crane, if you can get that image, okay? So let's say we've stepped back with the left. When we go onto the right, right hand goes down, left hand goes up. Then palms face the sky, lowering hand, spread the fingers wide, pluck hand in the pluck position or Buddha's hand position, then palms to the sky. Turn your body towards the rising side. So you turn your body towards the ascendant hand. You turn away from the lowering hand. Exhale as you go forward with your weight. Inhale as you go back with your weight. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward, plucking up, lotus palm going down on the weighted foot. Okay, and we usually do that to the degree of 3 shifts. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So let's step back on the right. When your weight goes on to the left, left hand goes down, and then both hands point to the sky, palms up. As you shift back, the lowering hand is a lotus palm. You look towards the rising hand side. So as you shift on to your left, watch your right hand rise. As you shift on to the right, watch your left hand rise. Exhale forward, inhale back. At the end of the shift, palms face up. At the end of the shift forward, palms turn up. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. Inhale as you go back, exhale as you go forward. Good. So that's called wings of eagles. The next movement is called mixing heaven and earth. So as you can imagine, we often think of heaven as up and earth below. That's the natural way of things. So when we do this movement, there is a mixing together of the two, which is us. So what happens here is when you shift forward, you have the low hand go out and up. The low hand, as it rises, the fingers point down. So as you go forward, the rising hand fingers point towards the earth as opposed to straight out. That activates the connective tissue, which is where chi likes to travel best. Then on the backward shift, that far away hand is now coming up over your head, right over your head center, and the fingers are still pointing down. Then, at the very last moment, you release. And the falling hand comes onto your head, down the center line to your heart. So by the time you've shifted your weight forward, your falling hand is at your heart. When you shift back, it will now be down. The last moment is to release down. So when you get both hands going, you've crossed out of that wings of eagles position. The high hand falls close, low hand swings up and away as you shift forward. Your hands reach the height of your heart, near to you and far from you. Then as you shift back, they continue downward and upward respectively, and then release. Forward, the low hand swings away, the high hand falls close to the height of the heart. Then shifting back, we have the high-low stretch, and then release. Forward to your heart, back to high-low stretch. Again, exhale as you go forward, inhale as you go back. Release. Exhale forward, inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. And of course, the foot position or stance, the back foot is at 45 degrees or slightly less. The front foot is straight forward. You've got hip width between your feet, left and right, as well as one full stride forward. Okay? Now, when we do this on the other side, same thing. I'm going to turn the other way. So we've stepped back as the weight goes forward, wings of eagles, 1, shifting back, 2, palms to the sky, shifting forward. Then the transition to mixing heaven and earth is your palms turn in and you hold the frame as you shift back. Then as you go forward, the high hand falls close to your body, low hand swings up and away so that you finish the forward shift, hands near to you and far from you. And then you continue to rise away and sink close. And then your weight is shifted, you release the hands. Exhale forward, rising hand, fingers point down, falling hand, fingers point up, shift back, high, low, stretch, release. So when your weight is forward, your hands are at the height of your heart, When your weight is back, your hands are high and low. Exhale forward, inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. The rising hand swings away to the height of your heart. The falling hand falls close from head down to heart. So weight forward, hands at the height of the heart. Weight back, high and low stretch, release. Forward to your heart, back to high and low stretch, release. Okay? Now, the next movement in the set is to transform or transit from mixing heaven and earth into the fire mode. So the 5 elements, we have more movements than we have elements, but that's the way things are because the 5 elements are really associated with all kinds of movement. Predominantly in Tai Chi theory, 5-element theory has to do with the lower body stance work, going forward, going back, going left, going right, and central equilibrium. Those are the bottom line 5 elements of movement in the lower body. But they express themselves in a variety of ways with your upper body. Now, when we get to the place where we have been mixing heaven and earth, and so let's say I've done I'm going to demonstrate it so you see it. I've done my last one of the wings of eagles, and then I do 1 shift forward, 1 shift back, 2 shift forward and back, 3 shift forward and back. Then I keep my weight on the back foot and I draw my front foot into a cat stance and I shrink the circle. My hands pass one another. I shrink the circle again, turning my waist, and then I shrink my hands again, and then I pat the belly. So you have 3 shrinkings, and then you pat your belly, okay? So I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see this. My left foot is back. We've done Kai Shing, wings of eagles, forward, back, forward, back. Hold the frame, then forward to your heart, mixing heaven and earth, shift back, high, low stretch, forward to your heart, that's 2, and again, forward to your heart, and that's 3. Then, shrinking the circles. Your weight stays back, you draw the front foot in, you turn your waist towards your front foot side, and you shrink the circle. When the hands pass each other, that's your first shrink. And then you turn your waist, keeping your weight back, and you shrink the circle again. Turn your waist one more time, and you shrink the circle again, and then pat the belly. Okay? And let's do that. Same thing. So let's say we've gotten ourselves back here in the last mixing heaven and earth. Your high hand is on your front foot side. Shrink the circle 1, shrink the circle 2, shrink the circle 3, and pat your belly. And again, weight is back. Shrink the circle 1, shrink the circle 2, turning your waist, shrink the circle 3, turning your waist, and then pat your belly. Good. Now, let's do that with the other foot forward. So left foot is forward, and left hand is high, right hand between the legs. So you've just done mixing heaven and earth for the 3rd time. Then you draw the front foot in, shrink the circle 1, shrink it 2, shrink it 3, and then pat your belly. Okay, and again, high hand over your head, low hand between the legs, you draw the front foot in to a cat stance, and then you shrink the circle, high hand falling close, low hand swinging away, hips are square, then shrink it again, hips move diagonally, and again a third time, and then pat your belly. So in essence, this is really a kind of play guitar movement, if you look at what's happening with the hands, okay? So once again, high hand on the front foot side, okay? Shrink the circle 1, shrink it 2, shrink it 3. Pat your belly, okay? Now, pretty much the last movement we're going to work with today is called fire. And so it's done from a bow stance, which means 1 foot forward, 1 foot, the back foot at 45 degrees. And what happens is it's a push motion. You're going to squeeze your elbows towards each other, okay? So if you saw just the movement here, the elbows are out, you squeeze them in and you focus, okay? So as you are going forward, your weight is going forward, you push out and up, hips are square. So that means this hip squares to the front as your arms go out and up. When the hands go above your head, you start to shift back, your elbows go out, and the rain falls on your head. This is water, and it comes down over your crown, down the back of the neck, down under your arms to the kidneys. So we're tracing meridians here for the fire into water movement. So fire goes from your center out and up, squaring your hips. Then as you rock back, the elbows go out and the water falls onto your head down to the kidneys and back. Okay? So there's a sound with these two movements. Fire is hold. It's like really expressing the H sound before you get to the O sound. Hold. Hold. And it's really, if you've ever been around a fire, big bonfires especially, you'll notice that it creates a wall of sound. If you're standing and there's fire in front of you, if it's a big fire, that sound, that heat will actually make the sound not be able to penetrate across. It has to go around the circle. So if you've ever been around a big fire, that heat and that fire will actually work as a barrier to this movement of sound. Pretty interesting. So fire is outward, upward motion, and the sound is hold. Then the elbows go out, the hands come down, and water is shui. Okay, so the shui means flow, and it means water, and you hear it when you hear the word feng shui. Feng shui is the art of placement, the art of creating flow in the environment. So hence shui, flow, water. Okay? So let's put your left foot back. You just patted your belly, the weight is back. Then push forward and upward, elbows squeeze together, shoulders down, the hands rise up, shift back, the elbows go apart, and the water falls down on your head, shui, to the kidneys. Okay? So pat your belly, weight back, breathe in, fire, hold, water, breathe in, and then shui to the kidneys. Pat the belly, fire, hold, elbows apart, water, shui. And again, pat your belly. Fire. Hold. Water. Down to the kidneys. Good. Let's do that on the other side. So now the right foot is back. Pat your belly. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Fire. Hold. When the hands go above your head, start to shift back, elbows apart. Water. Down to the kidneys. And again, pat your belly, weight back. Fire. Hold. Elbows apart, water. Again, pat your belly, weight back. Push out and up. Hold. Water. Down to the kidneys. Okay. Let's flow through it from the beginning to that portion. So, facing front, heels touching, toes pointing out 45 degrees. Gazing left, center, gazing right, sink, float left, center, lengthen, sink, and gather. Rotate your hands, draw into center, plucking, sinking. Gather, exhale, point your fingertips to each other, rotate your hands, inhale, sink. Gather, left hand over right, stepping back left, Tai Chi, stretching out to the side. Wings of eagles, plucking up on the empty foot side, palms to the sky. Lotus palm down on the fulfilling side. And again, forward. Then palms turn in, shift back, holding that frame. Forward to your heart, high hand falling down, close, low hand swinging up and away, shifting back, release. Forward to your heart, back to high and low, stretch, release. Once more, forward to your heart, mixing heaven and earth, shift back, then release, draw the front foot in, shrink the circle 1, shrink the circle 2, shrink the circle 3, pat your belly, fire, hold. Arms rising up, shifting back, elbows out, water. Down to the kidneys. All right? Good. Let's check in, see how everybody did. We end up doing that on both sides, but we don't have to start from the very opening of the preparation. So, palms together, honoring yourself, honoring others as yourself. Right hand fist, left hand covers. 3 slow claps. Yabba dabba doo. Have a great day. Have a happy Thanksgiving.